Okay, what's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, so we are going to continue our coverage over the dawn of DC, and we are going to continue our coverage over the latest Wonder Woman series that is currently being written by Tom King. Now, we covered the first issue, and after covering the first issue of this brand new series given to us by Tom King, I did see some fans very happy about the storyline and some fans not really excited about the idea of what Tom King is trying to do. Either way though, when it comes to the storyline, we have to remember it all began with the idea that a random Themyscirian known as Emily was at this bar in Montana. Now at this bar, she killed off 17 people. Now after she did that, of course, it began this snowball effect where you had the American government saying that, okay, because of that one incident right there, all the Themyscirians have to leave America. They have to go back home to their island. Now, you still have some Themyscirians try to stay in America. And the reason why? Because some of them built families in America. They had adopted children in America. But when it came to the American government, they said, no, if you are from Themyscira, you have to go. We don't care what your status here in America. We don't care what life you built in America. You have to leave now. And so because of that, it led to Diana coming to America and trying to figure out what happened when it came to Emily. Why did she kill off 17 people for? What was her purpose? The thing is, no one is able to find her. And so this is Diana wanting to work with the American government to figure out this problem. But unfortunately, they don't want to work with her because of what Emily did. And so really, it's Diana on her own to find her sister, but also to kind of fight against the American military. So getting into the opening pages of this book, we do have the book begin the process of jumping back and forth between the past and the present. Now, in the past, we are actually getting the chance to see Diana in the contest. And when I say the contest, remember, when she was a young girl in the past, you had Paradise Island realize they had to send one of their own over to Man's World to begin the process of trying to fix Man World. Now, with that being said, when it came to Diana, she battled in the contest to be able to be chosen to go over to Man's World. And so when it comes to the past setting in this book, we are getting the chance to see how she was able to fight against the final person in this contest to be able to have the ability to leave the island and try to fix Man's World. Now, in the present day, we do see her being confronted by Steve Trevor. Now, this makes a lot of sense. And the reason why? Because her and Steve, they have been friends and lovers for a very long time. Now, currently, they're not really lovers anymore. It's more just friends. But when it comes to Steve Trevor, he is part of the American military. And he was sent over by Sergeant Steele as a way to talk to Diana. Because when it comes to Diana, the only thing she wants to do right now is to find the Amazon that killed off 17 people in Montana. Except nobody in the American government or the military is trying to work with her. And on top of that, because she is from Themyscira, she's not allowed in America at all. And so this is Steve saying, listen, when it came to Commander Steele, he brought an entire military force that is strong enough to take over a small country. Heck, to even rival against a big country. But all of this is for you because you won't leave or you won't stand down. Please, Diana, just go ahead and leave. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to prove your sister's innocence. But the thing is, right now, you are about to cause a whole lot of damage in this area. But for Diana, she's not going to back down. And this is kind of like a flashback or a callback to her being in the contest. Because when it came to the final round, her opponent told her, hey, go ahead and give up because I'm going to kill you. But again, Diana did not give up then, and for sure is not going to give up now. Now, after being told no, that she's not going to stand down, you then have Steve Trevor walk over to Commander Steel. Now remember, Commander Steel is part of a brand new organization in DC Comics, better known as AXE, Amazon Extraction Entity. Now, when it comes to this new group, apparently they are another branch in the United States government. But the thing is, we still haven't learned much about them, but currently they're trying their best to get rid of all Amazons in America. Now, when it came to Sergeant Steel, he was actually defeated by Diana in the last chapter. And so this is him kind of retaliating against her, kind of like, oh, you took my hand, you also defeat me, you made me look bad in front of my men. This time I'm going to bring everything I can to hopefully shut you down. And so you have Steve tell him, hey, listen, I try to talk to her and she is not going to back down at all, which means that you are about to have a whole lot of trouble on your hands. But jumping back to the past to be able to see Diana continue to fight in the contest, when it comes to the battle, it's really more of her opponent trying to tease her by giving her trash talk to say that she is not worthy to win the contest, that she is not worthy to go over to man's world and try to fix it. Now, when it comes to Diana, even back then in the past, when she was a young girl, a young woman, she was able to take that trash talk and just keep pushing forward because her goal is to win the fight, to prove that she is better than you, to prove that she can win no matter what. And the thing is, she will not give up until she's able to win. Even if she gets stabbed, cut, punched, kicked, whatever, she's still going to prove that she can win a fight or she's better than you. And so when it comes to her opponent, she kind of realized Diana does not care at all when it comes to the trash talk that she is saying. Now, real quickly, getting back to the present day, I kind of like this a lot because you have Diana showing Steel like what she can do. Like literally, they send in all these different kind of tanks, missiles, jets, whatever. Diana does not give a you-know-what because Homegirl begins the process of just destroying everything that stands in her path to prove to Steel that she's trying to show that no matter what he does, she'll be able to overcome all the different obstacles. But at the same time, it's her saying, I just want to talk to you about the idea of how can I help you, how you can help me, but also how can we find my sister who apparently killed 17 people in that bar. And the last few pages are really more just the story showing us in the past, in the present day, that Diana is able to overcome all the different obstacles that have been placed in front of her. And what I mean by that is, in the past, she was able to win the contest. Even after she got stabbed by her opponent, she pulls the sword out of her. She has 2 swords to her opponent's 0. And she says, look at you. You thought you won. You were going to celebrate because you were able to stab me against the wall. I took that sword out. Now I have 2 swords to your 0, which means that technically I can kill you off so easily. Now, in the present day, it's a tad bit funnier. And the reason why? Because Diana was able to take out every single tank, jet, missiles, whatever that Sergeant Steel brought with him, hoping to take Diana down with. And so he realized that Homegirl is really powerful. Homegirl is a great fighter, but Homegirl is going to show you why you should not mess with her at all. Now, this is also the moment we kind of find out how close Diana and Emily truly were. Now remember, Emily was the one that killed off 17 people in that bar in Montana. Either way, we kind of find out that in the past, in the contest, when it came to Diana defeating her final opponent, it was Emily. And this kind of shows how close the 2 characters truly are. Now, getting into the third chapter of this book, we actually do pick up with Diana paying a visit over to a building known as South High Defense Industries. Now, the reason why she's going to this building because she is looking for the office of Sergeant Steele. Now, the thing is though, when she does arrive, you have the front desk person tell her like, hey, there's nobody here at this building at all, except when he finally looks up and realizes that he was talking to Wonder Woman, and she asks him again like, hey, where is the office that belongs to Sergeant Steele? He says, oh, it's on floor 32 and his office is 32A. And she just walks away and begins the process of heading over to his office. We then jump over to a character we have not seen since the first chapter of Tom King's run on Wonder Woman, and that would be the Sovereign. Now, when it comes to the Sovereign, he was a random character that was introduced to us at the tail end of the first issue, and the thing is, we still haven't learned much about him after that. The only thing we do know is that he does have a hand in the American government in his own kind of way, where he is able to kind of make the government do different things that he feels like is great for the country, like for example, getting rid of all the Mascarians out of America. Now, we do see him having a meeting with a soldier that was there in the last chapter, trying to fight against Diana when it came to Sergeant Steele sending in a small army to hopefully stop her. But getting back over to Diana, we do get a few more pages where we're seeing her being able to work her way up the office building and trying to get to floor 32A. And really, it's kind of like a series of funny pages given to us all at once, because you have Diana just trying to mind her business, but because you have this building kind of belonging to the American government and they just got word that Diana is in the actual building, you have all these different soldiers trying their best to just stop her, but unfortunately they all get their butt kicked in one heck of a funny way. But getting back over to the Sovereign and this soldier, they begin to talk about what happened when it came to Diana defeating that small army that was put together by Sergeant Steele. Now, when it comes to this soldier, he just tells Sovereign like, hey man, listen, we tried our best and she just whooped our butts all over the place. Unfortunately, there was nothing we could do to actually win that battle. Now, with that being said, when it comes to the Sovereign, this is where we kind of learn a little bit more about the character. And what I mean by that is he does express the idea that he's not very happy with a small army of men losing to a woman. And because they did, they should feel ashamed about it. Now, when it comes to the soldier, he's all like, nah, dude, like, yeah, we lost to her, but at the same time, she's Wonder Woman. We should have known that we did not stand a chance against her at all. But that is a problem right there. And so then you had a Sovereign pull out a lasso. Now, apparently this lasso is supposed to be the opposite of what Diana has, the lasso of truth. And so then we jump over to Diana. Now, when we do, we see Diana in the office of Sergeant Steele. And this is where we kind of find out why she's in his office for, why she came here for. And she says is that she knew that he was actually listening in on the conversation between her and Steve in the last chapter. He also overheard Steve telling Diana that the military and also Steele have a lead on where to find Emily, the Amazon that killed off 17 people, where to find her. And so it's Diana saying, I knew that you were listening in. I knew that you knew I would come here and you would try to set up some kind of trap to hopefully capture me. I'm going to tell you right now, that trap is not going to work at all. And you're going to tell me how I can find Emily so that I am able to figure out why in the world she killed off 17 random people at that bar. Now, once he realized that he's not going to be able to defeat Diana, he says, fine, I'll share with you what I know, what my lead is. And he says, listen, I had some men go into that bar and being able to find any kind of clues that could help us figure out where she is at. And so with that being said, they found a sample of her blood and they ran that blood test. And when they did that, they were able to find out that she was actually pregnant. But getting back over to the Sovereign, we kind of find out that the Sovereign is currently holding onto a lasso. And when it comes to the lasso, it is black. But apparently when it comes to him asking the soldier to actually grab onto the lasso, he was able to change the opinion of the soldier. And what I mean by that is earlier when it came to the soldier, he was kind of down with the idea of saying, yeah, we lost to Wonder Woman, but it's no big deal. She's a great hero, a great fighter. We should have known that we were going to lose to her. But when he does touches the lasso with the Sovereign, you had a soldier change his entire opinion by saying that, yeah, you know what? When I lost to her, I felt like I lost my manhood. I'm no longer a man. I lost to a woman. And so after that, this guy goes home, he writes a suicide note, and then he shoots himself in the head, killing him off. You're kind of like, what in the world is going on here? But before we are able to close off on today's video, we have to jump into the future. And the reason why? Because we pick up with Trinity. Now remember, when it comes to Trinity, she is the supposed daughter of Diana. Now here's the thing, we have no confirmation if that is true or not. We are just left to believe that she could be the daughter of Diana down the road. But apparently in this future setting, we see her currently in a prison cell. And you have somebody telling her that he was able to actually defeat Diana, defeat Wonder Woman. But on top of that, he tells Trinity that, oh, by the way, the Amazon that she was trying to go after, Emily, she was also pregnant. And so now you had this book trying to make us believe that, yeah, Trinity is not the daughter of Diana, that there is a possibility that she is the daughter of, well, Emily. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.